Okay. I'm gonna have to like try and slow down or actually decrease my yap here because Mirage is like I want to say all time she has to be top three favorite warframes. I have so much to say about her. She's so cool, man. She's one of the few warframes that can really make anything work. And Zors are just like a perfect example of why she's so good. Um, so, uh, yeah, Mirage is super strong. She can be played on baby mode with passive gating or lazy gating, I mean. Um, and yeah, it really doesn't fail that often, and I wasn't even running the most optimal ways to prevent it from failing, or like very many ways at all. To be honest, I was just running the basic fast deflection, vigilante vigor, and arcane aegis. Some things that I can suggest if you really want to maximize your consistency of survival whilst you're just like not actively shield gating, I would suggest first of all changing the subsume to Omamori. If you change the subsume to Omamori but want to keep the weapons, you would have to use melee duplicates with sacrificial steel. It will get you to I think 102 crit chance on my Zor, which is like the basically the closest you can get. And yeah, it will also work. Melee duplicate is super strong. If I'm not mistaken, melee duplicate setups honestly do more damage than the Raffle Advanced ones. Um, I'm mostly using the Raffle Advanced one because it does better into acolytes, and also red crits are awesome. Who hates red crits, man? But yeah, Exodia Contagion Zors are just unreal. If you're questioning some of the choices, like Vigorous Swap, it's because every time you do your Exodia Contagion attack from the air, you will swap to your melee. So having the slowdown and priming with the Epitaph setup that I'm using is really nice because obviously they can't move anywhere and they get primed, and then as soon as you swap to your Exodia Contagion, you have the buff from Vigorous Swap. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it's not the most optimal Zord, that's for sure. The actual weapon type that I'm using, the Rabbi, is a hammer, and the Rabbi has the best ribbon disposition, but I don't have a ribbon. So if you have a ribbon, awesome, you'll be hitting insane numbers. You probably want to aim for like crit damage, and probably toxin or any elemental, really. If you're playing against Corpus, I would suggest using Magnetic Rush on your Zor. Just replace it with Gladiator Might on my build, and it should work completely the same versus Fraxes, versus Trash, versus everything. It's even more quality of life because the attack speed affects how fast your animation is. I don't have the actual statistics up right now, but I think my attack speed is a 1.21 in the video. So with Magnetic Rush, it'll be probably what, like a 1.4, which is just a little bit nicer, like 0.2 seconds. But yeah, if you have Prime Fulmination, you can definitely use it for your Epitaph just to get a bigger priming area. If you have Prime Chauffeur, definitely use that. It's literally the only way you will die with this build, probably. Especially if you invest into some of the more secure ways of laser gating, or like Omamori. I was initially meant to be running the Tazikor, and I thought I had swapped to it, which is why I was running Guardian. Guardian is another way to boost your survivability because it won't mess up your shield gate because you're basically never shield gating on these types of builds anyway. But yeah, I would recommend running the Tazikor. It's just more crowd control, more priming. You do lose Tenacious Bond, but as you can see, it really doesn't affect the Zoid really does not care. Since you're hitting red crits, you're tripling your crit damage anyway, so any number like even close to 6 is probably gonna be completely fine. You're just gonna hit like ridiculous numbers. Yeah, I'm using Total Eclipse because it affects your Mirage clones. So just remember to press 1 and then 3 rather than 3 and 1. It's like a common starter error to use the augment for the 1, because people just don't know that the augment affects the clones. But yeah, that affects the clones, so the damage increase is insane. Yeah. There is a influence version with the Zords that you can run. I'm not too spec'd up on them, but if I had to guess, you'd probably have to use just like primary dexterity with weeping wounds and a melee influence rather than melee exposure. And then you'll probably get like insane trash clear that's like very much comparable or better than a Visaris, and then on top of that be able to one-shot Fraxes and Acolytes. It will probably be a little bit more investment than this like very quick raffle advanced one, but if you enjoy Zords, I'd definitely try it if I had to suggest something. I just had no issues using raffle advanced, so I don't feel like there's very much to change here. But yeah, thank you to whoever suggested Mirage. This is your video. She's one of my favorite frames, so I literally could not say no. I knew I was gonna get Mirage done pretty early on in my videos. So yeah, this is that now. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the build and the rest of the gameplay.
Exolizer spent. Contamination levels going in the wrong direction. Spent Exolizer has been retired. Void Cascade losing steam. Exolizer, working on backups. Exolizer spent. Ah, the void has manifested something other than a nightmare. We're down an Exolizer, working on backups. Exolizer has been retired. Contamination spreading. Exolizer spent. Void contamination dropping. We're down an Exolizer, working on backups. Our enemy's folly is your game. levels going in the wrong direction. We're down an Exolizer, working on backups. This discovery might interest you.